Kev, I feel incredibly validated today. I feel incredibly validated thanks to Alex Pietrangelo, who, despite not being injured enough, at the very least, to miss some games for the Vegas Golden Knights, has upped off the Four Nations face-off to take care of some ailments and focus on the rest of the season for the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, we talked at length about that Four Nations face-off in the last episode. You can go back and catch it on either YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts from. I don't think Alex Pietrangelo will be the only player to pull this off. I know a lot of people say that those type of international tournaments are more important for Euros than they are for us North Americans. So I don't know if any Euros will pull off. But at the same time, it's not an official IIHF tournament. So will it be just as important for the Euros? I do not know. What I do know is this. Alex Pietrangelo is not injured enough to miss game. And I do not believe Alex Pietrangelo pulls this off in the same situation next year at the Olympics. I don't know what you think about it, Kev, but no, I don't see any player, unless they are really injured to the point of missing games, skipping the Olympics, and he is skipping that Four Nations face-off.
Yeah, and according to his official press release, he said it's to take care of some ailment, well, one ailment, and to get ready for the rest of the season. I was working on the Golden Knights game last night, and there was one moment where he got hit, and he got hit not awkwardly, but he got hit, and it felt like it was hurting his hips or his leg, and he went down quite awkwardly, and I think that's where the ailment is. So there is, I believe, an ailment, but there's also the idea of, I don't want to overextend myself, play too many games, and I want to make sure the Golden Knights are there when it really counts in the playoffs. You're right, it might be the first of many to decide not to play. And one thing that I don't think people are aware is teams have until February 11th to announce roster changes. That is the day before the beginning of the tournament on February 12th. The reason for that is to make sure that tickets still sell well, but maybe late February 11th at night or in the evening, we will have a lot of people pulling out of the tournament. I don't expect big names because there is some
No. Connor McDavid will not pull off of this, for example, unless he has to.
But you remember a few years ago, the NHL for the All-Star game mentioned that, look, we want the stars to be there. So not only do you have to participate if you're named to the All-Star game, but if you play the game before and you don't play the All-Star game, you'll be suspended one game. Yeah. You famously, players like Ovechkin and stuff almost got suspended for it. There's no.
I think he was suspended one game.
Yeah, he was suspended one game. There is no such rules for the Four Nations tournament or the Four Nations face-off. So, I am expecting a few other names before February 11th to be pulling out of the tournament.
I agree, and we talked about it in the last episode. Even more now that the glass ceiling has been broken. He's still not back in net, so I don't expect Linus Solmark to go for Sweden, but what do I know? No. Maybe I'll be completely wrong.
And just on the same topic, for Swedish goalkeeper, Jakob Markstrom is officially been replaced by Samuel Ersson, Ersson, if you want to say it better, of Philadelphia, who's having a decent season. And while it's slim pickings when you're looking at Swedish goalie, it was either Samuel Ersson or Anton Forsberg, who's literally the backup to Ullmark. So maybe they're going to replace Ullmark with Anton Forsberg at all. Anyways.
That would be hilarious. So who will replace Pietrangelo now? Of course, he's a right shot D, so Mackenzie Weegar is a name that pops off in your head. According to Pierre Lebrun, Drew Doughty will be back within the next few games for the LA Kings. If he is healthy enough, he could go. I think that a healthy Drew Doughty would have made that roster anyway.
Sure, yeah.
Renaud Lavoie recently during the holidays, or no, I don't think it was during the holidays. It was a few weeks back. Anyways, said that Mike Madison apparently was on Canada's list. He is a left shot D, but he is currently playing on the right side alongside Lane Hodson. I honestly do not expect Mike Madison to get a call, but I was already surprised that apparently he's on the list. With all due respect to Mike Madison, who is a player that I love. So we will, of course, keep this in mind. Alex Pietrangelo, of course, is a two-time Stanley Cup champion and an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a inside information on that
Oh.
too. I do work for TVA Sports, which is the same channel as Renaud Lavoie. And 4 names are actually being circulated more than others right now. You have Mike Matheson. Mike Matheson would be maybe the 4th of those 4. Evan Bouchard from
Of course.
Edmonton. Thomas Chabot from Ottawa is also
Really?
one of the names that's been circulating here and there. And Dougie Hamilton from New Jersey is also one of the names possible.
Yeah.
If you're going with one thing
Wow.
that they've been doing, if you look at Cale Makar, Devontae's, and the whole idea of having Pietrangelo was to make him play with Shea Theodore, so you have 2 of your 3 defensive pairing that are actually teammates and play on the same line. The other possibility is Braden McNabb, who's been having a lot of good games recently, that could be
Yeah.
maybe Shea Theodore's pairing as a defenseman.
The thing is, Alex Pietrangelo is even at this stage in his career is still an incredibly well-rounded defenseman. And among the names you've mentioned, I hear a lot of offensive-minded defensemen.
Yes.
Shea Theodore is an offensive-minded defenseman. He's a great. I love Shea Theodore. I think Shea Theodore is amazing. To me, the name that makes the most sense, because he is a right shot, is Dougie Hamilton, actually.
Exactly.
If not, I really like Thomas Chabot. I'm a big Thomas
Yeah.
Chabot fan. So, but a left shot D, an offensive-minded defenseman, was completely amazing with Team Canada back in the World Juniors. We'll wait and see. We will wait and see
And
on that one.
don't disregard Braden McNabb. Maybe it's just a statistics point of view, but he's one of the few defensemen who's in the plus 20s this year. He's plus 27 with
The
yesterday's
profile
game.
fits a lot.
Exactly, yeah, and he's also Shea Theodore's teammate. So, in a short-term tournament that you will need good defensemen to protect your goalies, let's be fair for Canada, maybe you do need defensemen that are used to playing together. McCarthy, you're obviously first unit. Then Theodore, McNabb, maybe. And then that's where it gets a bit more slim. You have Parayko and other players with Travis Sanheim, maybe number 7 on there.